Most people think money moves when they act. A purchase is made, a transfer is sent, a balance changes. It feels immediate, personal, and complete. But what most people interact with is not money itself. It is a surface layer designed to feel final, even when nothing has truly settled. This episode is about the space between action and settlement. When you pay for something, the system does not resolve the transaction in that moment. What happens instead is a promise, a temporary record that says value will move later, once conditions are met. The economy runs on these promises far more than on completed exchanges. What feels like ownership is often provisional. What feels finished is usually pending. Behind every visible transaction is a quieter process called clearing and settlement. Clearing determines who owes what. Settlement determines when value actually changes hands. These processes occur out of sight, sometimes days later, sometimes longer. During that gap, money is not where you think it is. This delay is not a technical flaw. It is a structural feature. Time between action and settlement creates flexibility for institutions and uncertainty for individuals. During that window, value can be reallocated, leveraged, or temporarily reused. The system gains optionality. The individual gains none. Most people never notice this gap because interfaces are designed to conceal it. Apps show completed checkmarks. Receipts confirm success. Balances update instantly. But the underlying movement of value has not occurred yet. The economy relies on the assumption that no one needs to see the plumbing. This separation between appearance and reality allows scale. Billions of transactions can occur without requiring immediate settlement, but it also introduces hierarchy. Those closer to settlement layers experience finality. Those further away operate on trust and delay. Institutions are not waiting idly during this time. Funds marked as in transit can still be used as collateral. Promises can be netted against each other. Risk can be shifted. Liquidity can be optimized. The system extracts efficiency from waiting. For individuals, waiting is friction. For institutions, waiting is leverage. This is why the timing of settlement matters more than the amount. A system that controls when money settles controls who bears risk. If a transaction fails during settlement, the consequences are not evenly distributed. Individuals absorb disruption. Institutions absorb it strategically. The concept most people miss is that money is layered. There is the layer you see, and there is the layer that resolves. These layers do not operate at the same speed, and they are not governed by the same rules. Power resides where resolution happens, not where interaction occurs. This difference explains why access to faster settlement is valuable. It reduces exposure to delay. It minimizes uncertainty. It allows action without waiting. Speed is not about convenience. It is about position within the system. Those who operate closer to settlement layers can move ahead of the system. Those who do not are forced to synchronize with it. The economy quietly rewards proximity to resolution. Another concept hidden by delay is netting. Many transactions never settle individually. They are grouped, offset, and reduced into a single obligation. What looks like millions of exchanges becomes a single adjustment behind the scenes. Individual actions disappear into aggregates. Netting stabilizes systems. It reduces volume. It also obscures causality. When outcomes are aggregated, responsibility becomes diffuse. No single action feels consequential, even though collective behavior drives massive shifts. This is why economic consequences often feel disconnected from individual behavior. The system resolves at a level above personal action. People participate in flows they never directly see. Settlement delays also explain why crises propagate unevenly. When trust breaks down, promises stop being accepted. Settlement risk becomes visible. Suddenly, timing matters. Those who relied on delay are exposed. Those who control settlement dictate terms. During these moments, money reveals its true nature. It is not a thing. It is a relationship governed by timing, trust, and enforcement. When timing compresses, power concentrates. Another layer rarely discussed is finality. Some settlements are reversible, others are not. The closer you are to irreversible settlement, the more secure your position. Reversibility protects systems. Finality protects holders. Most people operate in reversible layers. Charges can be disputed, transfers can be frozen, access can be revoked. This is framed as consumer protection, but it also preserves control. Finality is reserved for fewer participants. This distinction shapes behavior. People with irreversible settlement act differently. They plan differently. They negotiate differently. They are not waiting for confirmation. They already have it. The invisible economy is structured around these gradients: visibility at the top, finality at the center, delay at the edges. Most people live at the edges. Over time, people internalize this structure without understanding it. They learn patience. They accept waiting. They adjust expectations. The system does not need to explain itself. Adaptation does the work. What feels like normal processing time is often strategic latency. It is long enough to manage risk, short enough to avoid scrutiny. The system calibrates delay carefully. This also explains why innovation often targets settlement speed rather than new products. Faster resolution changes power dynamics. It collapses waiting. It redistributes risk. That is why it is resisted, regulated, or absorbed. Speed threatens structures built on delay. The economy you experience is not the economy that resolves. What you see is an interface designed to keep you moving. What you do not see is where decisions finalize. The gap between the two is where power operates quietly. Understanding this does not grant control, but it does grant clarity. When something feels complete but isn't, frustration becomes informational rather than personal. Waiting becomes structural rather than moral. The system does not ask for your awareness. It benefits from your assumption. Money does not move when you act. It moves when the system allows it to settle.